Good evening, everybody. Vidur, Conform Medical, co-founder and CEO. At Conform Medical, this is our team, the makeup. We've got Daniel Hawkins as our advisor who had the shockwave exit with J&J. You can see here the team is out of Weill Cornell Medicine. My co-founders are assistant professors. I myself have had 2 cardiac exits, 4 altogether, and we've raised 2.3 non-dilutive funding. So this is we're addressing the EP market, $8 billion market. The CAGR is 8.8. It is going up to about 11.25, and that really is because people are starting to self-monitor with Apple Watches and also with the adoption of PFA, and PFA stands for pulse field ablation. I'll talk more about that. You can see some of the figures down there. The alarming one is the 450,000 sudden deaths due to VT, or ventricular tachycardia. So there still remains an unmet need for cardiac ablation, which is the gold standard for treating cardiac arrhythmia. That unmet need is having a single catheter that is completely conformable to any shape, any size, and capable of both mapping and ablating. Mapping is a process where you go into the heart to identify where it is that you need to ablate. The way we do that is simply by removing nitinol out of the device. Once you remove nitinol, we have replaced the nitinol with polymer, biomaterial polymers with flexible circuitry on the exterior walls, as you can see there. With these strategic hinge points, it gives us complete conformability. Now, believe it or not, that 3D model hard shape is actually very difficult to conform to, like we're doing there, but we have that ability to do that. We also can grow this basket catheter from 6.5 millimeters to 65 millimeters, demonstrating a difference in sizes. Here is currently what some of the EPs might use for both mapping and ablating, just depending on what it is that you're doing. There's specific catheters for pulmonary vein isolation. There's specific catheters for focal point ablation. So these are all made out of rigid materials. And again, multiple devices are needed, and all of these are fixed size and shape. We have surpassed this technology. I love nitinol as an engineer. We just feel nitinol is inferior for this application. This is just to give you an example of how fast we were able to map the atrium. So typically, with the HD grid, it takes about 480 seconds, which is roughly about 8 minutes. We were able to do this in 30 seconds. That was our first try with a very rudimentary catheter. The point there is that time is only going to come down. This is the left ventricle, just to show you, 86% faster, 90 seconds here. This is a demonstration on how we're delivering the energy. So we have the ability to do a focal point, again, single shot for the pulmonary veins, and then linear ablation for different applications. This is a competitive comparison of other catheters on the market, as you can see here. We, again, have the ability to deliver the different lesions. We also give you the whole chamber mapping, as I've told you about. The other thing that we do that no other catheter does is we can help with all of these other AI companies that are now using AI algorithms to map the atrium for AFib and start understanding that. Because of our capability to capture all of this information as quickly and rapidly as we can, we are a good candidate for them to use. We'll use their software, they can use our hardware. The other thing that sets us apart is the COGS. No nitinol means we have an 83% margins. Typically, these margins are about 35 to 48%. Here's a little benefit summary. We obviously are reducing cost. We're democratizing healthcare, cardiac ablation. We're reducing the time involved with this. We're reducing the risk involved. There's so many different benefits that are stemming out of just having a single catheter application. Here's what the market has done. Typically, obviously a therapeutic catheter would be a PMA. We're looking at this as the first product being a diagnostic, the second product being diagnostics and therapeutic. Typically, if you're in this space, these strategics get FOMO, and they tend to acquire fairly early before you get pre-approval. We're looking for 2.5 million pre-seed, which is going to help us accomplish a lot more stuff, and then we will be ready for our seed round, which is going to get us into a human. This is just a slide to show you that we have partnering publications, and some of these things I believe why we would make a good partner. Already talked about the regulatory strategy. There it is again. We have the IP on this. We've done the FTO on this. We're clear to operate. So again, $2.3 million grant funding. If anyone would like to chat, I'd love to tell you more. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Vidur. Next.